Okay, well, I've got some questions. We want to get to know you a little bit more. I think we already know you quite well.
A little bit.
But I do like to do these quick fire questions.
Okay.
Try and catch you off guard a little bit, find out some more about who you really are. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's start easy. You're known as Cookie.
Yeah.
Do you prefer a soft or a crunchy cookie?
Ooh, I'm kind of in between.
Yeah?
Kind of like a customer of mine bakes, and she brought in some cookies the other day, and I'm gluten-free, so she has to be very careful.
Right, yeah.
And she's made proper cookies. So when I say a proper cookie, they are crunchy on the outside, doughy on the inside.
Oh, but they're gluten-free.
But they're gluten-free as well. So her name's Jackie. Hi, Jackie. Thank you.
My daughter's celiac, so Jackie, if you can give me any tips, that'd be helpful, because I'm always looking for new things to...
The best cakes, like the nicest, lightest, moistest cakes.
Oh, that's the way, because that's for years, that's been a problem, hasn't it?
Yeah,
with
dry
gluten-free.
food.
Yeah. The only thing that I've found that is actually better is usually batter.
Yes.
Like fish and chips or something like that. The batter's crunchier, crispier. And actually pastry can be quite good. If you get it right, it's got like a flaky pastry, it's crispier.
It's laminated almost,
Yeah. You obviously, you do the Winter Tattoo Festival.
Yeah.
Very Christmassy. And clearly you've got your Grinch coat. You're a very Christmassy person. Do you like Brussels sprouts?
No.
Do you not?
No.
Neither do I.
No.
So we're in the same camp. We could be.
Could be.
There's another crossover there. Maybe we are.
Maybe we are.
We'll go. We'll do a version of Who Do You Think You Are?
We'll do a DNA test later.
Yeah. All right. What do you think is the maximum number of grapes that you could eat in one sitting? One sitting.
As all at once, or
no. You got a bag of them in front of you.
Okay. Oh, probably maybe half a kilogram.
Oh, what? We're talking numbers here.
Oh, how many?
Like standard size grape, not the massive ones, not the bitty little ones. Standard medium sized grape. How many grapes do you think you're eating?
I do suffer with hay fever very, very much, which is obviously pollen.
I'm asking you about how many grapes you're going to eat.
And fruit has pollinated flowers, so fruit does actually make my mouth itch.
Does it really?
It makes the roof of my mouth itch. But I'll do it for you anyway. 1,000.
Wow, that's a bold move. There's only one way to find out. I've got some grapes.
Off to Tesco we go.
Okay, that's a good fact. It's a good fact. What was your first car?
Oh, my first car was a Mini.
Was it?
Yeah,
an old style Mini?
Yeah. And because I'm old. It was a 1971 Mini Clubman Estate.
Ooh, nice.
So square fronted. It was like not royal blue. It's like darker blue, but it was a royal dark blue with the veneer strip down the side.
Oh.
The only problem was when I went to college, was all the kids had cars, and I had like an old man's country car. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my first year at college, I was like, it's kind of a bit old-fashioned. It was great because it fit loads of people in.
But it's just a car, though, isn't it?
Yeah. I love that car. I wish I'd still got that car.
My first car was a Citroen AX.
Oh, nice.
Again, it's tin can. It wasn't a cool car at all.
Yeah.
And I went to a school. I went to it was a grammar school, but I just went for sixth form. It wasn't a paying school, but there were a lot of like posher people there.
Yeah.
So when everyone else started passing the test, they're all turning up in like Golf GTIs and stuff. And I've got this like beat up old X, but I loved it. It was black and it had pink Go Faster stripes on the side.
Beautiful.
And it said Nightlife in pink. It was
that
fantastic.
Screams you.
What a car.
Absolutely screams
It was
you.
ace.
You
I
need to
missed
go
that car
find
so
one on
much.
eBay again.
The number plate was G607RRR. So it said grrr.
That's how you remember it.
What a car. It was brilliant. I loved that thing. I ran it into the ground, as you should with your first car.
But I had like 16 Minis in 7 years because that was a hobby of mine.
Really?
Because I went to art college and all that kind of stuff, and I didn't have a job at the time or whatever, so I kind of used to mess about with cars and do them. Then I got a job and I bought another car and did it up, sold it, blah, 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? So I was massively into the Mini scene. I'm a petrol head anyway.
Right.
But I'm a Volkswagen man now. But the Mini Clubman was my first car. And the Minis were my first love, I think.
They were ace, weren't they?
Yeah.
Those old Minis.
And when you see them on the road now, they're just so...
They're tiny, aren't they?
How do they operate on today's roads?
I saw a post a while ago where they were like comparing the new version with, and they did it with the Fiat 500 as well. But the Mini is wild. Yeah. How much smaller?
It's like a Jeep.
The new Mini's not a Mini, is it?
No, it's BMW, isn't it?
And it's not even small.
No,
it's bigger than most small cars.
Yeah.
I'll leave out what I think about the new Minis. But the old ones are fun. I never had one, but I did drive a friend's.
Yeah.
And in order to get into the gears over this side, I had to change under my knee. I couldn't quite get in there.
I've had to do that a few times. We had a Volkswagen T25 pickup, and the rear engine van most Volkswagens are from back in the day. So the gear selector is like steering soup.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a 3-seater single cab, crew cab, like single cab. So if I was in and my son was in and my wife was in, or if I got people in, they used to have to sit spread, even in the middle seat, they used to have to sit like 1 foot spread. So literally change the gear between whoever's in my passenger seat leg.
Incredible
just
design.
Slowly, not trying to punch him in the balls,
Terrible
not getting into second gear.
design.
Yeah.
But no one's thought that through, have they?
You don't drive cars like that anymore. No. You literally press a button and they go, don't they?
Yeah. Well, mine does exactly that. Yeah, you press a button and off it goes, and it's an automatic. And but I'm middle-aged now, that's what I want.
Yeah, I mean, I've still got a manual. I quite like the feel of actually driving a car.
Yeah.
My new, it's not a new van, but my new van I had about 6-7 weeks ago is electronic steering.
Yeah.
Which is a completely different feel to, especially going back to old
power
steering, because I've got a classic camper van as well, which is no power steering. So getting out of a modern car, going back into something that's like 42 years old.
Oh, yeah.
With no accoutrements.
It's totally different.
And you're like,
no power steering.
Trying to steer it.
You said you drive a manual. What's your favourite gear? Got a favourite gear?
Probably third.
Third gear? It's a good gear. Yeah. It's a great gear.
So I think there's not enough in first.
Yeah.
Second's a bit whiny.
It is, yeah.
It's like your second child.
But then fourth becomes a bit pedestrian, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you'll excuse the pun.
Yeah.
It's the opposite. You're driving a vehicle.
So I did a speed, we're going off tangent, I did a speed awareness course many moons ago, and I nearly got kicked out of the speed awareness course because the question was, where do most pedestrian deaths occur? Pedestrian deaths.
Yeah.
And you had 3 options. You had rural, you had urban, and you had motorway.
Yeah.
So everybody had the discussion in the room. This was way before COVID, so we were actually in a classroom doing it. Blah, 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 blah. And I put my hand up and I went, that's not right. And the woman was like, sorry, what? I said, that's not right. She said, well, we got the statistics. And I said, well, but it's wrong. The question is wrong. And I nearly failed. She said, well, you're going to have to agree with me or agree to disagree. So most pedestrian deaths occur apparently on motorways. We don't have any pedestrians on motorways.
No.
But that was the answer. And I'm like, surely it's either rural or city. It can't be motorways because you're not just going for a little jolly.
Was he using the other definition of pedestrian?
Yeah,
the
like
most boring
workers or whatever.
Oh right, yeah.
But
I'm with you.
Like you just go have a jolly down the M62. Just there's a spa down there. Or just walk to the M62.
I mean, it does happen, but it's very rare.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Anyway, off we went on a tangent.
Have you ever won an award or a prize for something other than tattooing?
Yeah.
Are you going to tell us what it was?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, good. Moving on. What's the best concert you've ever been to?
Well, I've just recently been to see Five. I'm a massive. I've been a DJ. I've been a dancer. I've done all kinds of stuff. Music's been in my life since I can remember, really. I've never been moulded into listening to any kind of music because I never had that family aspect where you'd listen to whoever's music. That'd be your thing.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like if you grow up with a mum who loves ABBA's incessantly in you, into it. So every time ABBA will trigger something.
My dad was massively into Dire Straits, and I still love them now.
There you go, see.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's not really why my son plays guitar, so he's into guitar-based music. That's not my thing. Best concert? Yeah, Five. So who have I been to see? I've never really been to see many concerts. Although, to be fair, I got asked to go to a concert years and years ago, and I'm gonna say Five at the minute because they were phenomenal.
Yeah,
I'm all about the boy band thing. That's what I wanted to be when I was younger, before tattooing, before anything else. But I went to see Bryan Adams years.
The groover from Vancouver.
Yeah.
Not from Vancouver, actually.
No.
It's from the other side of Canada.
Root of Kings tour at Hyde Park. So it was an outside gig.
Yeah.
It was absolutely packed. And I went with a friend. He just split up from his girlfriend. He's like, do you want to come with me? And I'm like, Bryan Adams. It's a bit... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Summer 69, a bit pedestrian. Yeah, it's not really my thing.
Middle of the road, isn't it?
Yeah, go on then, we'll come. And I think they were supported by Space.
Okay,
they were phenomenal. Space,
the
who
band
lives in
from
a house
Liverpool.
like this. Yeah, they were really good.
Yeah.
And I thought the third or fourth, I like it's Bryan Adams, boring there, middle of the road.
Yeah.
Lift music. About the third or the fourth song, and I got my t-shirt up like, Bryan, sign my ticket. Do you know what I mean?
Surely an incredible performer.
He was phenomenal.
From that particular era of
and
stadium
just for
rock
one
sort of
guy
stuff.
to command an entire stage. is remarkable.
I learned an interesting fact about Bryan Adams this weekend, which is that, so Radio 2 had a thing on about a billion streamers, and they were only playing songs that had a billion or more streams online, on Spotify or whatever, right? And Bryan Adams, his 2 songs that have over a billion streams is Heaven.
Okay, yeah.
Great song. And Summer of 69. Yeah. But I was really surprised that Everything I Do. Wasn't, because it spent 16 weeks at the top of the charts, which I think is still the record.
Yeah, I think it is, isn't it?
I was just surprised by that.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Probably people got bored of listening to it.
Sure,
and it's one of them things.
And it's moved into a different era. Summer of '69. I mean, you say you DJ'd. If you've ever DJ'd in cheesy sort of clubs or whatever,
it's a party
it
song.
still gets played now, right?
And Heaven obviously covered DJ Sammy.
Yeah.
It gives it more traction, doesn't it?
Exactly, yeah. So I just thought that was an interesting fact
that's good,
that I learned this weekend. Let's see, I've got a couple more questions on it. Have you ever been surfing?
Yeah, years ago. Yeah. I used to do all that kind of stuff years ago. Obviously, when you're younger, you've got a lot more balance. You've got no fear.
Yeah.
So I used to skateboard, used to BMX, used to rollerblade, used to do all that. When I lived in Blackpool, my daily... when I was a dancer, when I lived in Blackpool, my daily thing was, for a long time before I kind of fell out of love with it, was rollerblading the length and breadth of Blackpool. That was my exercise. That was my wake up in the morning.
You should try it now, although, as you say, as you get older, it's a bit weird, isn't it? I can't get on a skateboard now. My centre of gravity's changed.
Yeah,
and I'm terrified of breaking my wrist.
That's the only thing.
It can't work.
Exactly. Your legs you can do without, can't you? Because you sit down for a
especially now that we don't use foot switches anymore.
Exactly.
I'm just terrified.
Your lunas and everything.
Now... I don't know if you've been to Blackpool recently. They've redone all the prom.
I know, it's beautiful.
And you could rollerblade down there beautifully.
Yeah,
it's like ice skating.
We were only there a couple of weeks ago. To be fair,
I love Blackpool.
Yeah,
it's still a part of
I've
my
got
heart
a lot of fond. I've got a lot of bad memories of Blackpool, but I've got a lot of fond memories of Blackpool. I was a dancer at the Palace for maybe about 18 months, I think, give or take, which was at the time the biggest nightclub in the UK.
Don't know the Palace.
Yeah, so do you know where is it called? The Sky Glass, that big glass. Do you know the end of Coral Island?
Yeah.
Where Poundland's one end, isn't it? So there was a massive concrete building with concrete stairs that went up to it like this, and the Palace was the top floor, and it was just a big nightclub. We haven't got nightclubs anymore. We haven't got that anymore.
No, it's not the same thing, is it?
No. And nightclubs were like huge back in the 90s. And it was just.
I came in on the tail end of that, and I was going to the Gatecrasher in Sheffield, and I was really into that. That trance and hard house, happy hardcore sort of scene.
I went to the Hacienda once, I think, and that was just by chance.
Yeah,
that's not. I'll dance to it.
What a place to have been.
Yeah.
You know,
what time to have been alive? Yeah, because we've experienced that. Like
I went to Cream in Liverpool once, and it was that era of clubs that's.
We had the place in Stoke, Hanley. And the place had a feeder bar called Rosie O'Brien's. So you used to go to Rosie O'Brien's first, have your drinks, whatever. There's a dance floor and all that. And then they'd open the upstairs door into the nightclub before the people that were queuing to get into the nightclub.
Right.
So it was kind of half full before anybody got into the nightclub. Anyway, and then the nightclub had like 2 or 3 separate stories with different music and everything. But gone are them days.
Yeah, they're gone.
Yeah.
Let's take a moment to think of them.
Yes.
Well, you've told us that you like conspiracy theories. Mm-hmm. You're a bit of a conspiracy theorist. You've got your tinfoil hat under that, we think. Yeah. What's your favourite conspiracy theory?
There's just so many.
Yeah.
And I think they all kind of lead into the one major rabbit hole that's the world-ending rabbit hole, which is like the world is run by 5 companies, 13 companies, 5 families, whatever. Everything always goes back to like the Illuminati. You see all these pictures on Facebook where all these celebrities are doing this or like the strange, whatever that's supposed to be.
Throwing up gang signs.
Well, it's 3 6s, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, so that's the number of the beast.
Oh, right,
so
okay.
666.
Oh, I see, yeah. Okay,
do you know what I mean? And you see all that, and it all links back into that sort of, it's one family that sort of owns everything, and then they spanned off to different continents and bore their children there, so then they own them.
And we were talking before we were recording earlier about some of this, and actually the thing with conspiracy theories is there's always a hint of truth.
Yeah, massively.
Whatever, whether that's fully true or not, we know that obviously there's people with money and power that do run things, and clearly they're behind the scenes doing stuff that we don't fully understand.
Without getting into politics or anything, because that's like a no-go conversation.
We'll avoid that, for sure.
But there's definitely something.
There's always some truth in something. Yeah.
I think the same with films as well, though. So like, who had the first idea of the Wolfman? or a werewolf, who had the first idea of an alien, who had the first idea of like. Do you know what I mean?
Speaking of aliens, who built the pyramids?
Obviously,
Was it the aliens, or was it?
Well,
or was it the Nile crocodiles?
I definitely think we've lost, or it's been removed.
Do you reckon?
There's a difference. See, there's a difference. So the way I base it is, so we've had all this technology, whatever. They built all these things, and maybe there was bigger people than us that used us to build them for them. And then we got a little bit angsty and we started rising up because we wanted a bit more power. And then, well, fuck you then. We're going to leave you to your own devices. And then they basically picked up their wheelbarrows and off they went with them.
Took the wheelbarrows?
Yeah, basically we can't build that anymore because they took the tools. But
right.
But we
still
a bit
like taking your ball and going home when you're falling out with when
we
you're
still
playing
have
football.
The markings on the walls to say the wheelbarrows existed.
Who knows? We don't know, do we? The only way to do it is to time travel. And we've already had a discussion about the pitfalls of time travel. Yeah, he's gone. We don't know where he is.
He might be back. He'll just turn his hat and reappear.
But he's like aged 40 years. Well, we've just been stood here.
Super clean. No dirt. He'll come back with big issues.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Biggish.
Oh my God. I'm not even going to go there.
You nearly did it, didn't you? You nearly did it. What's your favourite Australian slang term?
Crikey.
Crikey, mate.
Crikey, mate. Look at the size of that one.
It's culturally inappropriate to do impressions of people from other countries, though, isn't it? We can't really be going around doing, crikey, mate.
I mean...
Do you think it's okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's language.
Yeah, it's all right, then, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's their language, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's only the way they speak. That's like going, what do you think about people that speak from Birmingham? And you go, like, well... Do you know what I mean? And you do that.
Really,
it's great.
You sound like
I love it.
Yeah,
like, just about get through life.
It's even more boring.
So my little
don't put that on. Edit that out.
Do not unsubscribe. I have a lot of friends down that way because the Volkswagen thing. My friend from Volksmagic, who does a charity car every year to raffle off to give the money to the kids for Operation Christmas. It's called Santa's a Gangster, so we have him at our show every year.
Right.
So they're from down that way. So I have a lot of doings with them, and the accents are so... They only have to live like 2 or 3 streets away from each other, and they're so removed from each other.
Yeah.
So broad of an accent, like Dudley, Birmingham, Solihull, the Black Country, whatever.
Right,
Do you know what I mean? They've all got their own little colloquialisms. So
I think it's an interesting... I was listening to a podcast this morning. I'm going to cut this out because this is a side note. But this was interesting, I thought, because the reason that accents are really like that for us is that people didn't travel for the longest time, so they were confined to the communities, and that's why we've got accents much more than somewhere like the States, where you've really, the big difference really is city or country.
Yes.
You know, but for the longest time, it was built in. But what they were talking about on this podcast that I've never thought about before is the tribalism.
Okay.
And the thing of like, well... You know, I mean, we still have it to a lot of extent, like the North and South divide sort of thing. Yeah. But this idea of if you pronounce that vowel like this, then we don't like you.
Yeah.
And how that plays into the accent. I think that's a really interesting fact.
Yeah.
Like I say, that's not podcast material. It's just a genuinely interesting thing. I never thought about that, how that plays into it of like, you know, that tribalism and saying like...
It's the same language, isn't it? It's just...
You know, we have to talk like this because otherwise, you know... People might think we're from Manchester.
Well, I get that all the time.
Yeah.
It depends on...
You've definitely got some, like, Lancashire, maybe Merseyside twang in there a little bit. Yeah, it's mixed in. I get that a lot as well.
I'm a bit of a mongrel I'm a bit of a bastard son.
I've moved all over the place as well, though. So I've got the same thing. You've lived in Leeds, you've lived in Blackpool, I've lived in both those places.
You pick it up. And I think when you tattoo people from them places, and if you've got somebody in the chair for like a 2 or 3 day sitting, you start to sound like them towards the end of the weekend a little bit because your communication levels are the same. So you pick up on their...
And some people are probably more prone to it than others. I definitely am.
Yeah.
I lived in Canada for 6 years.
Okay.
And if I'm ever on the phone to a Canadian...
Do you say A a lot?
Oh.
How you doing, eh?
What are you talking about, eh? No, but I do. I slip into it.
Yeah.
But I think some of that was because when I lived there, people didn't understand me if I talked like this.
Yes.
Not at all. Whereas here, if I slip some of those colloquialisms in, maybe some of the different language, like, you know, if I say to you, oh, is there an elevator? You know what I'm talking about because you've heard it in a film. Yeah. But if I go there and say, do you have lifts? They won't know what I'm talking about at all. And people used to think if I said my name, I'd say Mark, and they'd think I was saying Mog. So when I was there, I'd have to say it's Mark.
Yeah.
With really pronounced the R.
Yeah.
Because that's how they do it.
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah. I had an American guy in the other day, and he's from Long Island, and his accent's again different than a Canadian accent, a New York accent, whatever. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
But a lot of those accents, it's similar to what we were talking about with, with the tribalism here. Yeah. You do get some of those accents, like Long Island or whatever. They're very specific to almost like cultural touch points.
Yes. Yeah.
So you do get Boston is another one, but it's that Irish kind of gangster family kind of thing.
Because it's the history of who built that city.
And we have to prove that we belong to that organisation, that clan, that I come from somewhere.
But where did it begin? Where did language begin? What was the first person to speak?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? We don't know, but language. Well, they think it came from sort of like Asia, like Eurasian sort of
Eurasian
cradle of civilization. It's spread from there, but it depends on what level of humanity we're talking about, because different people evolved the ability to speak at different times, and
it's weird. And language is a weird thing. I think talking, like conversation, is a weird thing, because animals, as much as they talk, I don't think they converse.
No, they don't.
It's literally click, bang, woof, isn't it?
Yeah, they're conveying a message,
food,
but they don't usually
have a conversation.
Have the ability to, for cognitive discourse, right?
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. Whereas we do.
Again, that's probably why we're all aliens.
Which is why you don't find, dolphins very intelligent and can communicate, but that's why they don't do podcasts.
There you go. And I always say this on the evolution thing. If it is right, is evolution real or not? Okay.
Right.
So if evolution was still a thing, dolphins would be able to drive buses.
Do you reckon?
But no, because the flippers wouldn't get to the wheels.
Good.
But
Good.
They would, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, if dolphins are that clever, why are they still living underwater? Because they breathe air.
Well, it's daft, isn't it? I wouldn't.
I know.
Over the years, I've struggled with shows. I'm conflicted of where I want to be.
Okay.
I'm a jack of all, but not in the sense of I can't do anything good. The whole sentence is jack of all
trades.
Jack of all trades.
Master of none.
Master of none, but better than a master of one. Yeah. That's the full sentence.
Right.
So I believe that I'm pulling up all my styles and bring them up, and they all seem to help each other out. Yeah. Now, with you've come from a massive background of colour, haven't you?
Yeah.
And
I love colour.
Obviously, I met you at a tattoo show in person. It's a bit starstruck because you were on Tattoo Artist of the Year, weren't you?
Many, many moons ago. Yeah, 9 years ago, that is.
Really?
Now. Yeah, it
9
seems like
years.
Yesterday. I'd go back and do it tomorrow. I absolutely loved the whole process of it. Like I said, I've been a dancer, a doorman, a DJ, a singer. The world is a stage. And I try and express this to people when you're doing a tattoo convention, that you're on show. So you are a live billboard for your business. You're a live billboard for your art. Do you know what I mean? And the worst thing you can do for me personally, and it might just be a little personal thing for me, is obviously if you're performing to everybody out there.
Yes.
So when you're tattooing, I think you should always face out there. Mm. And I know sometimes it's not easy if you've got a leg or a rib piece or a back piece or whatever, so you're going to be hiding behind your client, so sometimes you have to turn your back on the crowd. But we had a girl that worked our show the first time last year, and she messaged me on social media. She was a bit nervous or something, so I gave her a little bit of a cookie chat, I suppose, and just said, just calm yourself down. It's only like being in your studio, just a bigger studio with more people mulling about. Because you sit here like we're talking, we're having a conversation. You do exactly the same in your shop. When there's 100 people walking past your table, I think you should be able to connect with them 100 people.
Agreed.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you've got your back to somebody, nobody's going to pick your card up.
Yeah,
I agree.
They're going to walk past you.
We had a similar chat with Faye, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
And Faye obviously likes to just get on, and she's very competitive, just like me.
Yeah.
Now, there is a version of me where I'd love to shake hands with all you lot out there, but at the same time, it costs too much. It's hard to, and as well, if we're in it to win it, we're in it to win it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'd love to have two heads, one at the back, like Nightmare Before Christmas, and be able like, "Hi guys, how you doing?" Do you know?
I mean, years ago, I used to go busking, with a friend of mine who was, as with most musical things, I've basically found someone that was talented to hide the fact that I'm not. But so I used to busk with this guy. He was older than me, and he was teaching me a thing or two about busking. And one of the things he said to me that really stuck with me was that you always need to make sure that you acknowledge everyone that's coming past, especially if they're putting money in. You might be singing, you might not be able to say anything, but you just give them a little nod and a smile. And it's the same thing. I adapted that when I started doing shows years ago into just wherever you can, someone coming by, you all right, having a good day? Because connection's important, isn't it?
And the personable aspect of tattooing, taking away everything from like you're concentrating, you're doing all that stuff, it takes 30 seconds, if less, just to say hello or just to catch an eye contact, or do you know what I mean? And I'm a long time into, I've been doing shows for 15 years, and I've got a lot of awards on my wall. It's nothing big-headed about it, there's no ego behind it, it's just, it was good for me on that particular weekend, and I won an award, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have been ultimately competitive at a certain point in my career where that was what it was all about. Like, if I'm coming and I'm paying to be here, I either need to win or I need to be seen. So there's two ways of doing that. You either get seen or you win.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is now why everybody has neon signs on the booth. Everybody makes an effort with the banners.
Right, pink fluffy.
Do you know what I mean?
Or green.
Yeah.
Cookie had the best booth at Blackpool. Well, not Blackpool, it was Tattoo Planet. I remember you won best
the
booth.
1980s.
Oh my God.
Yeah, with my silver mannequin and my disco balls.
Do you know what I say to you all the time? You look like you dressed like you threw up. Yeah. It's like you just transformed into a booth.
It was, yeah.
That's
and most of that stuff come off Amazon. I'm like, just gonna have to lay it all out there. But I there's been times where I've been to shows and I've looked around. I think it was Brighton about 4 or 5 years ago, and I got into my own head where I was old, so I need to be relevant to being old. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then I calmed everything down. I went a little bit more black and gold, or I went a little bit more green and blue, or I went a little bit more sedated with my booth.
Right.
And then I went to Brighton, and you've got all these young bucks and all these, I don't want to use the word kids because there's no disrespect age-wise. I've got nothing against young people, nothing against old people. Do you know what I mean? We all do the same job. Do you know what I mean? But you've got all these kids that have got these, that they've spent time, do you know what I mean? They've sat at home and they've gone, this is how I want my booth to look. And they've paid the money and they've spent the money, or there was people with like oil cans that they've graffitied and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, I need to change it again now. I need to be back to where I was when I was enjoying it.
Yeah.
Not that I've never not enjoyed it, but there is times, as you know, where you get to a place where you're like, it's all a bit too much.
Yeah.
Especially when I do like 12, 15 shows a year.
Yeah.
More so now, because obviously I have to be there to promote Wintertattoofest.
Plus it's big on inspiration as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
massive. I come away inspired every time, whether I'm competing, whether I'm judging, whether I'm comparing, whether I'm just there to give out flyers or just to meet people.
Yeah.
There's always somebody in that room that you look at it and you go, how the fuck did they do that? How the fuck can I put that into what I do? How can I transition from being just what I do to, like yourself, like that next level, like that next thing? Like, how do I make something glow?
And in these early days of tattoo shows, you know, you've been doing them for a long time. Thinking back to when I was just starting to visit them, even before I got into tattooing, right in those early days of conventions, that's what it was really about. It was like getting a group of people together and being inspired by each other and celebrating the art form.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see where it's coming at.
Yeah, I think it'll go one or two ways, won't it? I think we'll either have that division again, like we spoke about earlier on, where there'll be the upper echelon of tattooists and then the street shops. Not to pen a phrase, and there'll be that real stark division between the two, or that bit will sort of not collapse, but there won't be any division because it'll just be tattooing again.
Right.
And I think it needs to be just tattooing again.
Yeah.
I think all the bells and whistles of social media have probably not ruined it, but like I said to you earlier on, the first time that I saw my face in a magazine, or the first time that I saw a photograph in a magazine, you'd made it. You'd been noticed. Just somebody paid attention to what you were doing. And this is what I say to anybody: if you're competing, or if you're not, if you want to compete, that's fine. If you want to be 100% competitive, that's also fine. But if you're just doing, like, you can win an award off a walk-in.
Yeah.
because it's whatever happens on the day. Do you know what I mean? It's 3 or 4 people judging. If you do a walk-in and it's solid, clean, crispy as fuck, it'll win an award.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Do you know what I mean? So you don't have to be that person to be 100% competitive.
Well, where I'm at now is, as you know, I ask you for feedback, don't I, all the time. And I love criticism. Absolutely adore it. Now, I was speaking to Lennox, and his style has changed dramatically.
Yeah.
Now, he's doing these vivid faces, big, well-saturated tattoos. But I knew him as the neo-trad, very bright, colourful.
Yeah.
And that's why I followed him.
Right.
Now, obviously, now he's doing this different stuff, which I do appreciate. But I feel like I'm up there now, where I'm just like, well, most of my awards on my wall are for neo-trad or a colour of some kind, you know. I have done a black and grey piece at the last show, but it still had colour in it in a sense. I struggle to work out how I would like a style. I would like to create a sort of footnote for me in the industry, so people like that's Lyndon Miner's work. And a couple of my friends like Mark, Tin, and Faye and so on have said, I can tell it's yours. And I'm like, I don't see that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But that's because you don't look at your own work.
Yeah. And I think people like Jamie Lee Knott, you can clearly see his style off the bat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
the problem is when you have a specific style, and again, no disrespect to anybody, when you have a specific style, it then negates anybody else on stage if you're being competitive.
Yes.
So the likes of Lennox,
Right.
you know it's a Lennox piece.
yes.
I get what you're saying. You know it's a Jamie Lee Knott piece. Years ago, you knew it was a Matt Lappin piece, or you knew it was a Chris Jones tattoo. Going back to the Skin Deep days when they were the people that were winning all the awards. Do you know what I mean? And you couldn't get past it. You couldn't break that form, because as blind as the judging is,
They know who's done it.
do you know what I mean?
I've been saying this to you and Faye and multiple other organisers of shows. We should have specialists. Now, if you have won more than 5 awards at shows of a category or something, and you are a well-known, like you're ticking these boxes, then you go in the specialist category. Because I know someone who's upcoming artist could do a really good tattoo and beat these gods of ink. But I still think if you are a specialist and you have got a renowned style and it's easy to do, out the crowd, then it should be judged like this. And this is my idea, right? So the judges...
You heard it here first, guys.
Yeah, so the judges should be able to go around the show and look at these people's work. Not everyone's work, just the specialist work. See how they've designed it, see how they've got the station set up, see absolutely everything down to a T. Like a dog show, what's it called? Scruffs.
Scruffs.
That's the dog show I'd be at.
That's the one for Monday.
Scruffs.
Yeah. Just a bunch of homeless people. Just like... but yeah, they go around and they're getting judged on everything. Because obviously, like, there'll be points they pick out, like, oh, they could have done that design better. And these guys are really good at their craft. But looking at a polished off tattoo on stage, let's just say everyone's done the best tattoo, and you can't. I've been a judge before, so have you, and you sit there and they're all good, and then you've got to kind of pick between and like look at everything. And I've had to do that to Jamie Lee Knott, Anthony Lennox, Monet. All their work was fantastic. And then is it Jürgen Michalowski?
Yeah.
Comes up with an AI little mouse, and it was mint at Tattoo Tea Party. And I looked at it and went, that is phenomenal. It was just so small and detailed. I was like, right, that's different. So then I kind of looked at him, and we had to give out tokens. I was like, do you know what? As much as all these are good, that one's unique. And the fact I've said the word unique, I don't want to sound horrible to the other artists, but like, that's the best tattoo I've ever seen, but this is different. So I feel like specialist, it'd be good if they are just doing something that they're used to, then go in specialist. If you are not doing that, you know, they should try something different. You know what I mean? I want to do black and grey at a show just for shits and gigs.
I've done all sorts of shows. I've won awards for everything.
But your styles have changed massively over the years.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you like the fact that you can explore, or would you still want a style?
No, I don't think I've got a style. Like, I almost call mine sort of like re-illustration.
Re-illustration.
Because it's kind of realism, but with illustration, because sometimes an edge is harder or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, we can see your style right now.
Well,
you've got the hat.
So long as it's colourful,
then
it tickles my pickle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just think I think a lot. I don't want to say this. I keep saying this weird, disrespectful, don't I? I think a lot's been lost due to the rise of AI. Yeah. I'm from an age where we had reams of tracing paper. Where, okay, you'd pull an image off Google, you draw it, and then you'd do something else, then you change it, or you change something of it, do you know what I mean? And you'd redraw until you got the final design. And that's what most of your time was at home. Nowadays, it's click, paste, stencil, job done.
Yeah.
And yes, you have to design a piece to fit the form, fit the body, have flow, all of them cliche remarks. But I think artistry has got lost a little bit with the whole AI thing. I get the specialist thing, but then you're opening almost like a new doorway just for them.
Oh, I get what you mean.
Do you understand what I mean? So like
the path of the gods.
Yeah. So like, and you're setting them on a pedestal against everybody else. So then you're almost creating a division with that. No, you know what I mean? But if you go to, I've been like shows in America, I've been shows in Europe, I've been everywhere. American tattoo conventions are a million times different than UK or European tattoo conventions. They have the most amount of categories you have ever seen in your life. Like they have small female, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places. Medium female, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places. These are in colour. And then they have the same with black and grey. Then they'll have the same with trad. Then they'll have I mean, judging starts at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon and goes through till 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So unless you're quick, or unless you've got healed pieces or whatever, you've got to choose your category. But that's also a big key for me when it comes to judging. If you bounce a category, you get a 0 score. Because if you're entering realism, or you're entering portrait, or you're entering neo-trad, it has to be what it says on the tin.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you do like, if you were to do a traditional piece and it had white in it, it wouldn't be a traditional tattoo.
No, it's not. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I've had arguments in the past at shows with other judges. Putting myself out there a little bit too much there.
It's fine.
Just to go, that can't win because it's not
it doesn't fit the category
specific.
Properly,
Yeah. And I know categories are getting broader now with the rise of AI and the rise of all this wonderful technology that we've got. Like, how is an AI face realism?
Yeah, I got disqualified nearly at Tattoo Tea Party at the weekend. So I entered the first day for small colour, and then it was like a zombie piece and whatnot. And I got second place for that. Third place for that, for best of day.
Yes.
Now, the second day I was doing I can't really pronounce it really well, but it was a Spider Woman teeth, the lot. And I thought, well, I'm not going to be able to get it done for large black and grey in one day. So I thought, right, I'll do avant-garde. And I was doing like a little choppy shade at the bottom, spider web. The face was all black and grey with bits of red here like sharp. And then a big spider's feet coming over with webbing. So to me, that isn't a uniform tattoo. That's random.
Yeah.
So obviously Martin, he understands what he's saying. He was looking at all the work and he pulled me up. And Martin's the runner of Big North and London and Tattoo Tea Party. And he was looking at them all and he said, who's your artist to Jack? And he was like, Lyndon. And he looked and he went, Lyndon, come over here. I said, what's up? And he was like, I don't think that's avant-garde. And I was like, it's so weird, that style, avant-garde, because if we take it back 10 years, it was trash polka.
Trash polka. Yeah,
and
massively.
No disrespect when I'm out there. Like, I feel like you can do watercolor tattoos, you can do like scratchy lines, but those scratchy lines have to be good. Yeah. You can't just be like, yeah. So when you're putting a design together, I feel like avant-garde shouldn't be avant-garde anymore. It should definitely, like I said, a specialist category.
Mixed styles.
Yeah, mixed styles or expressionist or crazy or anything different.
Which is why we have WTF.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Which is what the fuck. Exactly, yeah.
So that does sound very much your kind of category.
Yeah, as an acronym of Wintertattoofest, that's why I put what the fuck in, so you could enter anything. It doesn't have to be
thought
anything.
Mine was what the fuck because of the demon girl.
Well, yeah.
But I was like, no, it's not actually.
But I think if you open the floor with regards to that, so your categories are specific, and then you open the floor to everybody, so everybody could put in, whether they've done a trad piece or whatever, you can still go in what the fuck, because if they haven't finished it in time for whatever, do you know what I mean? It opens the floor to all styles then.
Yeah. Speaking of styles, can we just come back to Winter Tattoo Fest for a minute?
We can.
Because I was thinking when you were talking about how, you essentially a performer, right? Like that's your background before you started tattooing, which is interesting in itself, like how that feeds into tattooing. I think probably a natural progression there is to put on your own show. And, you know, you are a performer.
Yeah.
How's that come about?
I've worked a lot of shows. I've worked a lot of shows that have been amazing. I've worked a lot of shows that have been flat. I've worked a lot of shows that have been like, I think we all do it where we come away, whether we've had a good weekend or bad weekend, whether we've won anything or we haven't, or we've competed or we haven't. We always come away from a show either inspired or deflated. It's the only way it can be. And I've come away from a lot of shows deflated. And that's not because I haven't won anything, because some of the shows I don't even bother putting in.
No.
Because you've got the Gods of Ink there. Do you know what I mean? You've got the Jamies, you've got the Lennoxes, you've got the whatever. So there's not no point in putting in, but you know what I mean? So I just felt like I needed to do something different that was a bit niche. A bit like Faye with the Big Top. Do you know what I mean? Like the circus thing is amazing. I'm so excited to be there.
It's really sweet that you're helping her as well. Like.
Yeah, well, you know, community. I think we've
definitely.
lost a lot of that recently.
Definitely.
But the winter thing, there was a break in the market around November time when Wrexham Tattoo Convention stopped because of all the licensing in Wales and everything. So it was financially unviable to put shows on in Wales anymore. So when I saw the break in the market, I just went, do you know what? Light bulb. Christmas show.
Yeah.
And I wanted it to be like you're walking into Harrods. Or you walk, when you go to a garden centre at Christmas and you walk through that tunnel and everything's Christmassy, and which is why I always try and say to people, dress your booze. I want it to look like you're inside a chocolate box.
Yeah.
And I make the awards by hand. I made all the decorations apart from my 6-foot fiberglass Santa Clauses that I drove all the way to the arse end of the world for to pick up because I found them on Facebook Marketplace, which is a wonderful place to find weird and wonderful stuff. Heads. I just wanted it to be like, I did a little interview with Kaz Bam at Milton Keynes. And he basically went, it's the People's Convention. And I went, I'm going to steal that. It's the People's Convention. Because I don't want when we initially set it up, me and Nigel Barden, who used to run Northampton Tattoo Convention, so he agreed to be my partner. God bless him. When we first initially set it up, I said to Nigel, what I don't want to happen is I don't want rows of people that know everybody, because then it takes away the community side where people need to meet new people. Do you get me?
It's great at tattoo shows when you just meet this random person you never would have liked or followed.
And your neighbour is somebody that you never met, and then you create a new friendship and you find new tricks and you talk about tattoos and all this. I went to Italy with Daryl Healy last year. We flew from Heathrow or Gatwick, whatever. So Daryl came to my studio and I drove to the airport and did all the driving, whatever. And we spoke for 3.5 hours solid. And it was like you turned your hat backwards. Time stopped. We left the shop. We arrived at the airport and there was no pregnancy in between the two. And we talked about everything. And I know Daryl. I've known Daryl for a long time. Daryl's also one of them artists that will say to me, you gave me my first award. Or whatever, or da-da-da-da. And I'm like, it's not just me, there's another 3 people on the stage. But he'll always reference, do you know what I mean? Like a lot of people will reference that fact because I suppose that's where you remember people from. But I spoke to Daryl for and we spoke all weekend and we had the crack and everything. And you get to know people more. And I think the community side of tattooing, like I said earlier, is a little bit lost. I just don't want to have clicky, nichey corners in my show. And that was my first thing. I want everybody to come in. I want everybody to be viable. I want everybody to be noticed. And I want everybody to have something. So my first initial thought was, we need a big prize. We need, because as wonderful as the UK scene is, and this is getting really serious now, but as wonderful as the UK scene is, I think we've lost the will with shows. I think certain shows are just running a system. It's a show.
It's money for money, isn't it?
Yeah.
And not I think really community.
When you're established, I think obviously you're established and you keep going on that plan. So what I wanted to do was I kind of wanted to turn up the apple cart a little bit, and I wanted shows to be worth something for the artists to do, which is why we have Barbers as our main official sponsor. Barbers give us so much. The first year we had Tat Soul Furniture, we had all kinds of stuff for the prizes, for the first place prizes. We had like maybe 7-8 grand's worth of prizes just for the first place prizes. This last year just gone, everybody had the same prize because we had prime machines. So if you win first place, you get like 500-600 quid's worth of a prize. If you win best of show, and this was the main thing for me, and we had many discussions on this, like, I want to give away a car. I want it to be like a game show. I want it to be Christmas. I want to give people something back. I don't want people coming in, getting a bit of kitchen roll, a paper cup, and some water solidifying powder. I want to give you something to take home because it's Christmas.
Yeah. Did you end up driving it up to Kaz? Because Kaz won, didn't he?
No. So what happened was when Kaz won and all the glitter felt like foul and everybody kind of left, and we took you to one side and I went, "There's your keys. There's your logbook. It's yours now." Because we had the logistics of me going down to, I can't remember, it's about 2.5 3 hour drive away. I borrowed a friend's trailer. We went down, we did the paperwork, signed for the car, all that shit. And I said to him, right, I'm going to take it home in a trailer so I didn't have to insure it. Yeah. All that's going to be stored in a storage room. It's going to be this, that, and the other, but it's going to be given away as a prize. So I actually went down, drove the car into a trailer, drove it all the way back, and it stayed in Volksmagic, one of my other sponsors who gives the car away and does all the kids stuff for Christmas. It stayed in his unit, and then they brought it to the show.
Right.
But the logistics of giving away such a big prize is mind-blowing. Yes. Just to run a show on its own, I never knew how much there was going in. Now, if I could flip that and start again, if I could turn your hat backwards, knowing what I know now, it would be so much easier. Because there are loopholes, there are potholes, there are hurdles. There's a lot of stuff behind the show. So I've much respect to anybody that runs their own show.
I suppose it's like doing a tattoo, isn't it? Like, you might have 2 tattoos here. This one's got like armor on it and little bits of details, and then the other one's like quite open space, lots of saturation. And you think, oh, that's a lot of colour, that. But what you don't realise is those tiny little extra bits of detail take twice as long.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And same with shows.
Sometimes they make the tattoo.
And sometimes they make the tattoo.
Yeah.
So you've done really well with that show.
Thank you.
But like let's go back to the international part. You went abroad. You were telling me a story last night, but we got cut off for the signal, didn't we? Yeah. So we were talking about the funniest stories that we've had whilst we've been at tattoo shows or abroad.
Yeah.
You've been abroad?
Yeah.
Yeah? You know what the world is, don't you?
I've been to other places. I've lived in other countries.
Were they all flat, flat earth and all that?
Well, yeah, it's just a disc, right?
It's just a disc, yeah.
Well, your flight trajectory is flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's only one up and one down.
Yeah, but if I jump in an elevator when it's falling, will I survive? If I lay down backwards on a train, am I going forward or backwards?
No, now you're talking density against gravity now.
That is true.
This is beyond my area of expertise.
Right, so let's continue the story.
Do you think there's a direct correlation between being able to win a pub quiz and being a conspiracy theorist? Because I have to believe that, like, what I've been told is true.
There you go, see? Did it actually happen in 1066?
Well, that's it. Who knows?
Or did somebody just make a tapestry and just told the story?
So
I can't even remember what the conversation was last night.
We were talking about funny interactions and what happened when you were in America. I think it was America we were talking about.
Oh, yeah, I
and
remember.
you were dressed.
Yeah.
Right, so go on, let's tell the story.
So it was myself, my wife, and my son. It was the first time we'd taken my son out of the country, America. 8.5 hours on a flight, blah, 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 blah. So we I can't remember if it was before or after the show. I think it was before the show. We went a couple of days before the show. And we were stood waiting for the big red bus tour because it's the easiest way to get around New York. You could stop, start, get on and off to Central Park, all of that stuff. And we were waiting there, and I got baggy jeans on because I'm into hip hop. That was my attire. I got some Pharrell Williams shell toes on, and I got a white t-shirt that had got massive ice lollies all over it. Not one for being not seen in the crowd. And we stood there, and this guy comes over, and he was like style, man. I'm like, oh yeah, cheers, thank you. And my mouth's looking, and he's like, love the Pharrells. I'm like, oh, cheers, thank you. And then he went, what cruise you run with? And I went, what? Proper British, what? I got a bandana hanging out of my pocket. I run warm, which is why the coat is off. I just run warm, and I am very warm. And I'm like, what? He's like, what cruise you run with? And I'm like, no, from England. I just sweat a lot. And it was a brown bandana, because obviously I knew if I wore blue or red or yellow or whatever, it's going to have correlating whatever. And I'm like, and my wife just went, I told you not to. I just took it away in the pocket dead quick. I was not doing that again. I had an opportunity to go to Detroit with Eternal Link.
Oh, no way.
And I was so excited about going to Detroit. And I made a joke about wearing like the wrong t-shirt.
Yes.
Like wearing the Biggie Smalls t-shirt or wearing an Eminem t-shirt. I only wanted to go to Detroit just to see the 8 Mile Road sign.
Yes.
I didn't go.
Did you not?
No, I didn't go.
I drove past it.
I kind of, you bastard. I kind of, so you sometimes you book blind. So Brighton a couple of weeks ago, I booked blind. I just booked the hotel. It got a nightclub underneath it. And there was a stage in the hotel and there was drag acts on all weekend, which I'm all about. It was heaven for me, that was.
Yeah.
The nightclub, on the other hand, no. But sometimes you book blind, and when I looked around the area of Detroit where the show was and everything, I'm like, I'm not too sure I'm going to be safe.
Yeah.
As well. And it was a big expense.
Yeah.
But I wished I'd have gone to Detroit now. There's a lot of things I'd have wished I'd have done. If
I
only I got
was
Lyndon's
just drove
hat.
through Detroit. That's what I did.
Yeah,
that's
I only
how
wanted
I
to
went.
go for the 8 Mile Road sign and just to see that side.
I was living in Toronto and I drove to Chicago and back.
Nice.
And on the way back, I deliberately went through Detroit just so we could
Is
see
it-
it. I mean, I was there on a Sunday. We didn't even really stop. We just drove through. Was there on a Sunday, so it was quieter anyway. But it was kind of what I imagined. It was run down. And,
Yeah.
I mean, this is 15 years ago now.
Yeah,
It's a long time
it's
ago.
relatively the same time.
Yeah.
I think probably maybe-ish. And then we went back to New York about 6 months after for a similar show in a similar area. And I took a customer with me. And we stopped in this motel somewhere, back end of Long Island somewhere. So we had to tube in and out. And we went into Times Square, we did all that, and we come home. It was myself, my customer, and JordanAtursky, who used to work at North of Winter for a while, black and grey artist. And we come back on the tube, and it was literally, we got off the tube on this station, we walked under the station, and it was like, the scene out of Rocky 1, where he's just lost his first fight, and he walks home, and he walks past the pet shop, then he goes under the underpass, and there's like 5 or 6 guys around a burning oil can, singing. It was that, just without the joviality.
Wow.
And there was like the proper like kick your legs strip club sign.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're not going to make it home. But it was an amazing experience. I love America. I love everywhere.
My first tattoo was in New York.
That you got tattooed in New York. What year was that?
Brooklyn. So I was 18, so I'm really bad with maths, but like...
About 3 years ago then, yeah, for sure.
So my first experience getting tattooed, so I was on a college or university trip, and there was, I think I went with my ex-girlfriend, who was also on the college campus, a bunch of other groups, so there was the art department mixed with media, and so I met this lad called Josh. We were at the bottom of the hotel, and it was the last day. We were only there for 3 days. Worst flight ever. It's shaking, bouncing. Hate flying, as you know, and I hate elevators. But
I've not got any jokes about planes.
no.
Take a step to avoid them.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, so we both go out the front door. We've already seen the Empire State Building. I went to we stayed in the Madison Square Garden Hotel, which was cool. We actually walked into the arena just to see what's going on. I think there was not a basketball game, there was something else, probably hockey or something.
That's okay. Rangers?
Rangers probably, I don't know. So we were like, what do you want to do? And we were like, we don't want to buy t-shirts that say I love New York or anything. And he said, I said, I really love Brooklyn. I like the idea of it, and like just the, it's different in it, what you see in the films. So we got off, and then we saw Tattoo Studio, right? I can't remember the name. I think it was like Whatever Inc. This was going back years. So me and this lad called Josh, we were like, do you want to get a tattoo? And we're like, yeah, we've got some time. And he was nervous. I was nervous. So we walked in there, and as it was, traditional looking tattoo shop, dead narrow, flash everywhere, a counter, and then like beads to the back rooms. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, just
Classic.
But as soon as you walked in, there was an Asian guy there, right? And I could only understand a bit of what he was saying. He was quite... what do you want? Very quick, sharp. And then there was another artist. I couldn't remember the other artist because Josh got tattooed by that person. Now we're in there, and I said, I want a rose, as you do for your first tattoo, which is this one, by the way. First one, right in the worst.
Bang in the middle.
Bang in the middle. And I thought I'd get it for my mum because she's got a rose up there on her shoulder. And as I was in there, he decided to get a clown. Josh got like a one of those crazy boog. Is it boog?
Boog, yeah.
Boog,
that's a name
clown.
Past, yeah.
So anyway, I get in there. He's like, sit down. And I'm like, I have not done any research about tattoos. I had no clue. I thought it was a thuggish lifestyle, back in the day. So I put headphones on, listen to heavy metals, like going, like that. Anyway, he goes in the back room. I can hear him going, the grunt. Yeah. And then suddenly this guy walks in, white suit, yeah, big. Fisk from Daredevil. Okay. Like, this guy walks in.
The Kingpin.
The Kingpin walks in, comes over, grabs my wrist, pulls it like that and goes, oh, it's nice, isn't it? And I'm like, okay. So I kind of just in the side of my eye, I just go like that and look what he's doing. He goes behind the counter, goes in the drawer, takes money out, goes out the door. And I was like, what just happened? Anyway, we both finish off with our tattoos. We're like proper buzzing. At this point, we didn't know what to put on it and stuff. And they said, oh, just stick this stuff on it, whatever. It smelled well nice. To this day, I can't find an aftercare brand that has that smell. I love it. But this is where I first used Pears soap because Pears, and I was using Pears soap to look after my tattoo. Got on the tube, back home. We were dead buzzing. And we had like literally 30 minutes to get back on the book coach. Yeah, we were like, luckily we got back. And we had all our stuff where what they called the waiter things are, the trolleys.
Yeah.
And this is where the story gets even more interesting. So we finished college and uni. I never see Josh again, right? Because obviously he wasn't my friend. He was just someone that I knew, because of the trip. So funnily enough, we crossed paths in an Asda at a tattoo show.
Right.
Yeah. And I looked at him and went, why do I know that person? And I went, Josh, is that you? And he went, holy shit, Lyndon, that's you. I was like, yeah, like, what are you doing here? He's like, oh, I'm at the tattoo show. I was like, yeah, I'm working it too. Yeah, so am I. So I've gone from art, he's gone from media or whatever he was doing, and we both became tattooists the exact same time.
You both got tattooed on the same day?
So that tattattoo kind of inspired
ingrained
the
thought.
Yeah.
Like how you
and now he's doing like really good black and grey work. Josh Eves tattoo.
Vaguely,
I think he's called.
I know that name.
Yeah, and it was just mad, like how just a simple interaction.
Yeah.
Like we were saying about how we should speak to people at tattoo shows.
Yeah.
We could talk to one of those people, and that could be the change in your life.
Yeah.
You could tell that one person, I'll tattoo you, they'll have billions of followers, or they could have friends or whatever, and it just...
It goes...
I always say you find the best friends in the most unconventional places.
Yeah.
And 90% of my friends, I haven't got a lot, I've got a close circle because I've had a lot happen in the years, have come from customer interactions.
Yeah, I would agree.
So we've got friends in Ireland that are really good friends. I've got a guy called Tez. Hi Tez, if you're watching this. And we're like trauma buddies. So when he come in to book for his tattoo, he didn't tell me his story. He just told me what he wanted.
Right.
And we were going through ideas, this, that and the other. And he's got a sword on his forearm. 90% of the stuff is cover-ups. He's got a sword on his forearm. And I said, well, and he's a big fella. He's like 6'7".
Right.
He's a big fella. Do you know what I mean? Like, almost like the dog off Tom and Jerry. Like he just goes, just a big...
like a triangular body.
He's like a Mars bar. I'm like a celebration. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I can hold his hand and ask you for a lollipop or we walk around the park. Do you know? He's just a big man. Anyway, we were talking about his tattoo. And I'm like, I would put a sword on your arm, but it's going to look like a dagger. For how big you are and for what we've got to cover up, maybe we should like do it as a shattered sword. So it's broken and it's chipped and it's got fire running through it and this and that. And then he started telling my story. So like I said, we'll break it into 3 segments because the cover-up was as such. And then he started telling me a story. And his story had 3 parts to it. Weirdly. And I'm not a massive believer in fate. I think unless... I don't know to paraphrase fate is the only thing you make or whatever it is out of Terminator 2. But some people fall into your lap, don't they?
Yeah.
Like the best friends fall into your lap. The most unconventional friendships fall into your lap through what we do. And like you just said, if you could just make that eye contact or have that first 30-second conversation, it betters your life because you've found other people. It could better their life because they found you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
it's weird, isn't it?
My life
not a lot of people get that. Like if you're a checkout girl,
yeah,
or if you're a barmaid, you've got more chance of it happening if you're a barmaid because you have more social interaction than you do if you work on a till or if you're a tyre fitter.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird.
We spend serious time with these people, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have met my partner today and had kids if it wasn't for moving and becoming a tattooist. You know, I can go into great detail about that story, but like everything happens for a reason, I think sometimes. Yeah. And I left Glossop years ago, you know, with an ex, and then we broke up whilst I was in Grimsby. And then I started tattooing under Buzz Lee Burrows, and then I learned a bit from Ben Sowerby, I learned a bit from Josh Walker, Paul Chambers. You know, all these different people inspired me and showed me what I was doing. But when I opened my first shop, I had an apprentice, and she had a client in, and obviously that was my partner, my future missus.
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah, and obviously I didn't do anything while I was there, but it was like I met her like months later on a night out, and that's how we met. So it's just insane how
there's a whole world of people out there just waiting to be tattooed.
Yeah.
And I love that.
And they could become your next best friend.
Yeah.
I've got a story about when I was abroad. So I was in Toronto. I used to live there and I'd moved back to the UK, but I was over there doing the Toronto convention. And I've met some really interesting tattoo artists, some amazing, famous tattoo artists at that convention, particularly because it's a big international one, you know. I met Paul Booth there and Lyle Tuttle, which was a real, you know, what an honour, right? I've got this picture somewhere with this guy and Nico Hurtado just after he'd done Cheryl Cole's Bum.
Okay.
You know, like, met these people, but the most incredible person I met at the Toronto convention, I'd gone over there to work it, and the opening party, it was at the Royal Ontario Museum, which is like their equivalent of the Natural History Museum, you know. It's a huge museum, beautiful, and they had this opening party because they had an exhibition on about tattoos. So we went down to this thing, and I was saying to the people I was there with, I'm like, I really recognise that woman. Like, I don't think she's a tattooist. Is she a film star? And I said this to the guy that was working with me, and he's a younger guy, so he's got his finger on the pulse, you know. And it was when he said he didn't know who she was that I realised it's because that she was the star of a kids' TV show that my kids love.
Oh, okay.
And she was like Miss Kate, who was the dance teacher in The Next Step that they used to show on BBC. What a moment in my life. I met all these like top quality tattoo artists, but the person that I remember the most and that I've still got the picture of on my Facebook is when I met Miss Kate off of The Next Step.
I mean, I'd like to meet celebrities, but like you wouldn't think like those ones, would you? Like,
well, she was there with her boyfriend at the time that was just really into tattoos. And I guess because she knew people, she got into the.
Yeah.
It was a pre-show party sort of thing. But yeah, it kind of blew me away. My daughter couldn't believe it when I got home and told her.
I've never.
Here's
met...
a picture of me with Bluey.
Yeah.
I think I've only ever met. I've met Sir David Bradley. You know, the guy that's in Game of Thrones. He also plays Filch in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
He beckoned me in Manchester.
He beckoned you?
He was like this.
Amazing.
And me and my friend Elliot at the time just went over to him and he...
Well, you'd have to. You were beckoning.
And I was like... Do you know what?
Especially like Game of Thrones
person,
or thou shalt lose one's head.
Do you know when you like... You know them from somewhere, but you're trying to remember all the names in your head? Because obviously David's quite a normal name, isn't it? So... And I was like... Oh, it's the guy from Harry Potter. And as I was going to say, like, you're the guy, he just talked about something really well off track, and he was just very, like, Shakespearean about the whole situation, drinking his cup of tea with his small little milk at the side, and there's me and Elliot with pints, like, just going, like, fangirling. But, yeah, I just think it's weird. Manchester Piccadilly Station, just, like, on top of the bar, just chilling.
We used to do a lot of Comic Cons, because I'm a collector of toys, not so much anymore. But we used to go to a lot of Comic Cons just to find niche toys like Gen 1 Transformers, blah, 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 blah. And I'm a massive fan of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yes.
So I've met a couple of people, I've got some signed stuff from them, blah, 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 blah. And every time we used to go to cons, or if they were there, I'd go over to them and go, sign me something else, whatever. And we sat at a particular Comic Con, and we literally, there's a toilet over there, and me and Alfie, I can't remember how old Alfie was, he was probably only about 13, 14, so a good 7-8 years ago. We sat at this Comic Con. This is probably the highlight of the most famous person that actually knows my name. And we sat here, and we're eating, take sandwiches, because celiac, can't eat anything while I'm out, do you know what I mean, all that. And we're sitting there, and out of the toilet steps this lady, I'll tell you what it is in a minute, and we kind of, you hear the door, you're looking around, whatever, and she kind of looks, and she caught my eye, she went, "Hiya, Cookie." And I just went, "Hi." So, oh my God, she knows my name. So it's Patricia Quinn. So Magenta out of the Rocky Horror Show. And I was like, oh my God, Magenta out of the Rocky Horror Show knows my name. And I think that's probably the pinnacle for me.
Yeah.
In regards to somebody knows my name.
Yeah.
And I know, like we said earlier on social media, everybody knows your name now.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different than having somebody who's famous.
Well, I did some research, and you did a specific tattoo of a certain character, or as themselves, and you actually met them and they liked your tattoo.
Oh, Cat. Danny John Jules.
Yeah.
At Comic Con as well. So I did it on a friend of mine, and the Comic Con was a few months later, and I messaged him and I'm like, right, I'll come and pick you up if I need to, but you need to come to the Comic Con because Danny John Jules is there, and I'll get him to sign. It was upper.
Sign the tattoo.
Yeah, get him to sign the tattoo.
That's cool.
It was upper thigh, maybe, the back of his thigh, whatever it was anyway. Anyway, about a week before, a couple of days before, he's like, I can't make it, can't come, family stuff, whatever. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I printed an A4 picture out of it. So we stood in the queue, me and Alfie. And there was probably like 5, 6, 7 people before us. And Danny John Jules talks like he's a nice guy. Never met him before this. A nice guy. I think I tagged him in it and he reshared it. So that was a bit of a fanboy moment. So we stood in the queue and Alfie's like, bored now. I'm like, well, I'm not going to be long. There's like 5, 6 people before us. Yeah, well, I'm going to go over to that next table over there because it was Flash Gordon. Sam Flynn, I think his name is. So Alfie went over to get Sam's autograph. Anyway, I got to the table and I went, "Hi, Johnny, I'm like, can you sign me these couple of pictures?" Like, yeah. I went, "You reshared my post a few weeks back." He was kind of sorry, what? I'm like, "Well, he should have been here today, but he can't come. But this is the tattoo that you reshared." And he just went, "Oh my God, you've done this." And I'm like, yeah. He's like, "Come round the other side of the table." And we had a 25-minute conversation.
Oh, come
That's
on.
so nice.
About Egyptology.
Amazing.
Honestly, because he's massively into like that kind of stuff. And I gave him a baseball cap, which I had the name of my studio on at the time. Then about a year later, he did The Real Full Monty. Where the stars stripped for charity, whatever.
Yeah.
And 90% of the show, he had my baseball cap on.
Oh, no way.
So another like fanboy moment.
Do you know, there's a crossover here because I love Red Dwarf. Don't get me wrong, I love Red Dwarf. But for me, the great Danny John Jules character is Barrington from Maid Marian and a Merry Men.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Now, then this is my crossover. I met Danny John Jules years ago because that, if you remember, that show was set in the mud village of Worksop.
Yes.
Well, that's where I'm from.
Yeah.
And when I was like 9 or 10 years old, the entire cast came to Worksop, I think as some sort of, reparation for saying that we were all a bunch of peasants that lived in mud. But the entire cast came on Saturday, and there's video and pictures of me with Tony Robinson.
Amazing.
As the sheriff of Nottingham, but they were all there, the whole cast. What a thing that was.
Yeah.
That sticks in my memory to this day.
Fella.
And, so I've also met Danny John Jules. Yours is probably a little bit cooler, isn't it?
I feel bad now. I need to go.
Oh yeah, if you've not met Danny John Jules, clear off, mate. We're in the We've Met Cat
Which Mark is
club.
the real Mark? We both met Danny John Jules.
I think
our lines again.
There's a lot. It's very blurred now.
I think I'll be able to meet, what's he called, the main character, because he's in Corrie, isn't he? And
Craig Charles.
Craig Charles, like, because I've tattooed people that know him, like, personally.
Yeah.
And I mean, round here, do you know Hayley Cropper from Coronation? She lives in Broadbottom, like, and she walks in Glossop with a normal hair, like, and you're just like, oh, hiya, and you're just like, it's weird. It's just like,
I think meeting famous people's weird, and I think being famous is weird because, and I say this all the time about tattoo artists, unless you're into tattoos, I don't think being a famous tattooist is the same as being a famous singer.
No.
Because if we put Lennox's face, if we put Lennox's face on a bus stop, people would think it was a Just for Men advert.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People wouldn't recognise him
But
as
put it
Lennox.
up at a tattoo show.
Everybody knows who Lennox is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's a Robbie Williams syndrome for me. Like your nan knows who Robbie Williams is. Your nan wouldn't know who I am. Your nan wouldn't know Lyndon. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think there's different levels of fame.
I mentioned earlier I'm really into ice hockey. I'm actually the chaplain for the Sheffield Steelers.
Okay.
And those guys, I mean, obviously I know them, right? But the big fans of the Sheffield Steelers, you show a picture of one of those guys to anyone, probably even within the whole league, they'll know who they are. But I bet you wouldn't.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's specific, right?
It's a specific level of fame, isn't it?
Yeah.
When I was a dancer years ago, we used to travel around a lot. I've danced in America, I've danced in Germany, and we used to cross paths a lot of the time with like famous people. You stop at a service station and you'd be rubbing shoulders with like take that having a cup of tea. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you'd see these people. And I danced for a singer years ago, and this is another little weird, silly little story that sounds like a story, but it's not a story. It's what happened. And we got put in this dressing room, and it was a DJ show thing in London. So there was me and my friend again, who we spoke about earlier on. So his name's Steve. Hi, Steve. And we got put in a dressing room, and we had a knock on the door. Bearing in mind, this singer was an up-and-coming singer. She was nobody, I suppose, at the time. She got a first single coming out, so we were dancing for her. So we were nobodies. We were just backing dancers. A knock on the door, and I'm pretty sure it was Jocelyn Brown. And I don't think Jocelyn Brown's dressing room had a toilet. I think, if I can remember it rightly, it's a long, long time ago. It might have got a bit blurry since then. But you cross paths with weird people, don't you? Again, like we say about tattooing, the most unconventional of friends come from the most unconventional places. But I think fame's a weird thing. And I don't think we're ever going to be famous tattoo artists.
I'm just known as the tattoo guy in Glossop. Like, I'll go for a coffee, or I could be like somewhere in Hyde, like, you're the tattoo guy. Maybe it's because I'll have tattoos, but it's like, this is my default skin.
Yeah.
Do you know
I had a
what I
lady
mean?
come in the other day booking for a memorial tattoo. She come in and we were just locking up. And she come in, she's like, am I okay? Yeah, come in, we were just locking up. She's like, I've come here because I've seen you everywhere. And I'm like, well,
that's good.
Fair dues.
I had a client the other day, and actually, I'd gone to a pub quiz. I do like pub quiz. I go to quite a lot of them. I'd gone to a pub quiz in this tiny little village, a good few miles away from where I am. And I'd gone with some mates. I'd gone up to the bar and ordered a drink, and this bloke turns around and goes, "Are you deeper than war?" And I'm like,
yours is such a niche.
yeah. And it turned out he'd been following me on Instagram, and he recognised my voice just from a video I'd done, and he knew it was me. And then he came and got tattoos. But it's funny, isn't it? Like that recognition. It's such a weird thing.
I do like how yours isn't your name. Like, it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Deeper than war is quite.
Yeah. I've found lots of Mark Hardys everywhere. There's in Lytham St Anne's. There's a joiner called Mark Hardy, and everyone would send me pictures of his van going, "Have you changed jobs?"
There's a lot of cookies everywhere now. It's a TV show. Just it does what it is, isn't it?
I've got the most main character name going, so you know.
Yeah.
Simon, Mark, man's like.
It's a shame your name isn't Lyndon Major.
Do you know we could depol it?
Yeah.
So, right, Cookie, you lost the quiz. Yeah.
Dramatically, yes.
But I'm going to give you one more chance to win.
Okay.
Right? So you don't have to spin that wheel just yet.
Okay.
Now, as much as I've lost the past two shows, and I am putting my foot down, Mark, why am I the one doing the forfeits all the time?
I don't know what to say, mate.
But today...
You're the one with the main character energy, right?
Am I?
Okay, the main character name.
What am I? Robin Hood and Little John? What we're going to do is we're going to get you two to do something head-to-head, dead quick.
Okay.
Right? Try and redeem yourself.
Okay.
And the loser has to spin the wheel. Is that fair?
Seems reasonable.
Sounds good.
You've already got the title of final boss of quizzes. Yeah.
I'll take it.
So what we're going to do is, obviously we've had the quiz. So, Cookie, Mark, we're going to get you to throw some coins in some wash cups.
Okay.
Yeah? So I'm going to go get the coins now, and we'll set it up, and the loser has to spin the wheel.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm filming it, I'm recording it. Do we need microphones on, or will I just pick it up? Fine.
I think we'll be fine with my phone.
8 caps.
Time for a weird.
Yeah.
Right. What have you got? 6. 1, 2, 3. What are we going to do? 3 each.
Do the. Have I got any more meat?
You've got to throw ink. You've got to throw ink caps.
Yeah, we'll use.
So I'll take 3 each. Thank you.
Do you want to test one first if you actually reach the
See if
table?
it works well.
Oh,
Yeah,
they fly pretty well. Yeah.
Now look, oh, I've lost it now.
You're going to put some backspin on it.
Yeah, we ran over time. We've been chatting away.
Call it the ink cap challenge.
Are you filming?
Do one at a time.
myself. Yeah, first, and then swap it around.
Okay, so here we are. Are you going to introduce a narrator?
Yeah. Right, guys, so we're here doing the ink cap challenge. I know I said pennies, but now we're going to use ink caps. So have a look at this.
What diameter ink caps are these?
So
I'd
what
say
have you
that's
got,
21
boys?
mil.
It's 13, I think.
They are 13.
There's not 21 mil. That's not 2 centimetres wide. Are you mad?
They're an 18 mil.
18.
Close to 30. Well, that
Yeah.
can't go read them.
Right, guys, so what have we got in our
15.
hands?
18. 15.
15.
Ink caps, 3 each.
So, guys, what you've got to do is get how many? Shall we do? I'll start with
And then to be worn on the fingers to begin, as per competition rules.
Edward Scissorhand.
Yeah.
So, guys, so we're doing the ink.
Imagine trying to keep us on track. It's impossible.
Go on, do it. Go on, do it.
Do you want to touch tips?
You need to get that like the creation of tattoo.
Right, guys.
What's CT short for? Because he's got little legs. Come on now.
I think he's not real bad.
I feel like the adult one in this situation.
I think this might be a 4-part.
Right, okay.
Okay.
Are you going to throw all 3 and then I'll throw all 3?
I think we take it in
One
turns.
at a time.
It's
Right,
not
so
darts.
I'll explain the rules.
So then-
Right.
Curly.
Right, guys, jokes aside, this is for spinning the wheel. We are doing the ink cap challenge. As you can see over here, we've got it set up. If you land it in a pink cup, you get 3 points. If you land it in a black cup, you get 1 point. First to 10 points wins.
This could take a while. You need 3 pinks and a black to win.
You got 3 caps.
Yeah.
Bring the pink one in the stink.
Off we go. Who's going first? Come on, you're the guest.
Go on. Go on,
Right,
Ashley.
1 second.
You go first.
So do I go first?
guys.
Alright, sure.
Guys, we need to click record. Oh, it is recording.
Yeah, it's recording.
Right, okay.
Good luck on your iCloud.
1 sec, let me start. I need to start recording. Are you ready? Go on, Mark.
Hang on, have we got another camera so that you can film it from above?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Because this one's getting us throwing.
Oh, you throw in.
So
Yeah.
do one then from directly from above. If we just tilt that
You
up
can
there.
fix the shot then.
Right, I'll stand here.
Camera trickery. Is it darts rules? No coughing, no slurping, no tickling.
Exactly.
Stop it, you two.
Are we,
Right,
are
go on,
we-
Mark.
are we doing all 3 then?
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll
You
do all 3.
you
I'll do all 3.
Okay, go on then.
Okay, so I'm going to throw my first cap. That's fallen short. No good. Oh!
I only need 1 cap.
No, because it's first to 10. We're going to be here all day.
I'll change the rules in a minute. Are you ready, Cookie?
Yeah.
I think we each get 3 visits to the hockey.
Is that the pub down the road?
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's gone with an underarm throw. At least all 3 landed on the table. Oh, bless you. I've lost
Go on,
one.
you go for 3 and then we'll pick yours up off the floor again in a minute.
Oh, it's by your fault. Got it? Oh, what a catch.
Cat-like reactions.
Okay, I might try your method now. I'm
Yes.
sticking with mine. The darts throw. They call me Phil the Power Taylor.
For what reason, we don't know.
We don't know why. Oh!
Nearly.
So close.
So close. I'm going to put my glasses
Do you know what? At this rate, we'll just make it the first one in. And
Yeah, that's what she said.
Oh!
That was even worse. She played once.
Oh. Right. So now, it's not looking very good, guys. So what I'm going to do is restack them. Okay?
Oh, closer.
Yeah, good.
This is martial rules, so I'm allowed to do this.
Martial rules.
Very
Like martial law.
No, it's because when I see people at tables and they were shit, and they were like, we need them to hurry up for
Yeah.
other people, we'd be like, right, you
I
got
like it when you play that paintball game with hip hop music on, because martial matters.
Right, we have reset them, so it's a bit easier for the old men over there, so let's go.
You've got the added bonus of being tall, you can get more of a...
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Do you want me to duck?
Yeah, you're alright, Doc. Oh! Right between.
Oh! Hey!
What's that?
Sings it.
End the black.
That's a 1-pointer.
Pressure's on now.
Mate, I don't know what to tell you. I think you're spinning the wheel.
I think you're spinning the wheel, Cookie.
Spin the wheel! We've been here for weeks doing that. Let me try an overarm. Still was weird, wasn't it?
No, it wouldn't.
I just feel like me and Reece should have a go, do you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
it's a good game. Wow, you're
fine,
very
isn't it?
forcefully there. That's beer pong technique.
Hey.
They fly well far. Yeah, he's done
Oh, strain.
I thought you were going
Got that.
to
It's a good game.
Have you done beer pong before?
A few times.
Yeah.
Right, we've got
tell by the way
to
through
so we've
it.
got to spin the wheel, make him do something, and we've got to do our wrap up.
Right, drinking competition.
Can we not rig it for karaoke?
Right, okay. So, after that, Cookie, you did lose.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Thought my aim was better.
I think it was more the fact that they weren't spherical and it was an ink cap. So, so if you guys obviously, don't watch the video and you're hearing this, we did a little game of beer pong, but instead of it being a ball, it was an ink cap, and Cookie did lose. So, Cookie, are you ready?
Let's go. Sorry, plant.
Here we go.
Oh. Come on.
Oh, it's on oral.
Oral.
Being a man of celiac, what can...
You have to eat an entire loaf of bread.
Oral's slightly out of my wheelhouse, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, so obviously it's going to be very difficult to source anything of a eating challenge for
Well, should we just do it
Cookie.
again?
So we'll do
Spin
it
again.
again.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, it's fallen on tattoo.
I've got to tattoo an apprentice.
Right, for those who I've seen this before, tattoo means Cookie has to get tattooed by one of us.
Yes.
But this might take a bit longer, so catch us for part 2. Perfect.
Cool. Get a free tattoo.
Hey! We get to decide what it is, though.
I don't care.
Right, well, it's been great having you here today. We're obviously going to get you back in the Chattoos studio for your tattoo forfeit. But before you go, why don't you tell us a little bit more about Winter Tattoo Fest, when it is, some of the details, because we'd like to hear a bit more.
So we are in our 3rd year this year. We are at Stoneleigh Park at the NAEC Arena. It is the 5th and 6th of December. So it's purely a Christmas show. Family friendly, you can bring your kids. We'll have a Santa, obviously me in my Grinch coat. We are going with Whoville theme. So with it being
Sounds
Christmas,
appropriate.
we are going Tattooville. So there might be some Whovillians walking around as well. Fingers crossed if we can get the
curled
prosthetics.
feet, hat.
Yeah, all that Cindy Lou and everything.
Yeah.
We're going to have the same stage again. So nice big stage, loads of entertainment. And obviously, again, being a Barber sponsored artist and then being our sole providers, if you will, we'll have amazing prizes. We are also taking away the logistical nightmare of a vehicle this year.
Right.
So we haven't really told anybody, so you have the exclusive, guys. So congratulations. I'll probably get told off by my partner, my partner in crime, partner in business. But we're going to do a cash prize this year.
Ooh.
So as I said, I wanted to upset the barrel with regards to people giving prizes and making it worth coming to a show. So I think we're going to do $5,000 for best of show.
Incredible.
Awesome.
So we had a car, we had a motorbike, the logistics were a nightmare. So win best of show, £5,000 is yours. Merry Christmas.
Wow, that is a good Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll pay your tax bill the year after, won't it? Possibly.
So if people want to buy tickets...
oh, yes, of course. Tickets are available on Skiddle. Do you know, I don't even know how much they are a day because I haven't even looked past May in my diary yet. I've still got to make the awards. So you can go to Skiddle. If you want to apply, there is not really any application process. Just go to wintertattoofest@outlook.com. Send us your deets. Send us your payment. We're going to do paying for booze, 3 easy sections. So £100 deposit and then £100, then 100, but then the balance after that in 3 months' time.
Could we get a Chattoos discount for people wanting to book on for...
I'm sure we could try and work something out. If they subscribe to your channel and prove that they subscribe, I'm sure we'll give them a little cheeky gift.
Well, if it's on Skiddle, they do voucher codes.
Oh, okay.
So, do you want to do Chattoos 20?
We could do, couldn't we?
We could arrange something like that.
There we go, another exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be good.
We've strong-armed you into that.
I know,
really,
yeah,
haven't
I sat in the corner.
Stick him in the chair,
you
this
are
is what's
going to do
happening.
a discount. But yeah, that'd be cool, and hopefully you guys will be there as well, doing a little bit of live podcasting through the show.
That'd be
we'll
great.
make sure you've got a little corner somewhere, even maybe in Santa's grotto. So yeah,
do you reckon we could get Santa on the show?
We've got a Santa.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
You sat on Santa's lap asking
I'd love
for
that.
your next toy.
It's gonna have to be a
love
big
that.
Santa for you to fit on his knee.
Yeah. We
want
could swap. Santa can sit on mine.
Yeah,
I want a fake He-Man statue sword.
Yeah, whatever. Well,
Pulls that out of his bag like, there you go, Mark.
to get my 3D printer wearing just so I can do your He-Man sword.
yeah. Oh, I like that.
Awesome. Right.
But yeah, wintertattoofest@outlook.com. We have space available. Applications are live. We don't need any pictures of your work because we all do the same job, as we said earlier on.
Yep.
Everybody is welcome, whether you've been tattooing, whether you've been tattooing a year or 20 years.
Amazing.
We need to obviously be available to new blood. So even if it's your first show, we'll make it as easy as we can for you.
It sounds like it's going to be a huge amount of fun. Really welcoming for everyone. Right on my street for sure.
Yeah, it's our 3rd year, so we've learned a lot these last 2 years. Venue choice, placement of artists, noise, loudness of the bands, etc.
Yeah.
So hopefully this will be a little bit easier than the last 2 years. But I'm looking forward to it. It should be good.
Brilliant.
It should be fun. And it'd be good to have you guys there. It'd be good to have all of you guys there as well. So wintertattoofest@outlook.com.
Come and join us.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for coming in, Cookie.
Thanks for having
me.
me.
It's been an absolute pleasure having you here, and we'll see you again for your tattoo.
Can't wait.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, mate. Appreciate it.
Well, that was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, honestly, the longest and the funniest podcast we've had so far.
I think we might have to split that into 2 parts, mate.
Definitely, we're going to have to. But have you had fun?
I've had a great time. It was, to be fair, I don't think I've ever really met Cookie before. No. But we had an absolute blast. It was very interesting to meet someone who's so similar to me. It was like looking in a mirror.
Honestly, it's like wearing Cookie's glasses. All I saw was 2 of you constantly blurred.
That was ace. I really enjoyed the game we played as well. The little beer pong ink cap thing. I think we could bring that back in some way.
I think we still do the questions, but obviously they're quite difficult to do. So in future, I'm going to come up with some more little fun little games for us to all to play. And all 3 of us can get involved then.
Yeah.
And that means either one of us could do the forfeit.
Anyone could spin the wheel.
I'm
looking forward to getting Cookie back in to do his tattoo. Not quite sure who's doing it yet. Not quite sure what he's getting, but we'll figure that one out.
Yep, a bourbon biscuit.
Bourbon biscuit, I would imagine.
Yeah.
It's the best tattoo in the world, isn't it?
Oh, we didn't ask him what his favourite biscuit was. Maybe we should ask him when he comes in.
When he comes back.
Yeah.
Excellent idea. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. We've had an absolute blast. Hope you've enjoyed it too. Join us next time when we have another guest in.
Aye, yeah. I hope talking made it hurt less.
A little bit. Yeah, a lot less.
Yeah, a lot less. All right, thank you for coming, guys, and watching. Bye.
Bye.